Self-trust isn't built in the big, shiny moments. It's built in the tiny, unnoticeable, boring ones. You will be wanting to kick your feet, yawning, or you can't even remember doing it, but it's propelling you unimaginably. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Alex Mum Thoughts podcast with me, your host, Alex. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I want to dive straight into this episode so you're getting all of the juicy bits straight away. This thing that I'm talking about today, self-trust, it is a key life theme. It is something that you don't feel the progress of. You don't feel it happening until you look back and you see the compound effect. But you're not going to get that without the daily changes and effort. You're not going to get that without the boring, unnoticeable moments where you want to kick your feet and scream because you have to do this thing. But after you get it done, you kind of don't even remember what you did, but like it's done. It's those daily changes, that effort that happen in the minuscule moments of a day, in a decision, in a choice between one or two things, in tying up your laces and going for that run. It's in those small things that compound until you can suddenly run 10K, until you can compete in that high rocks and do really well, until you can take your daily supplements and not even think about it or question it twice, until you integrate your skincare routine to the point where your skin is glowing, shining, lovely, and new. Until the point where you pick up a camera and you're talking to it and you're filming and posting and editing your vlogs and you're not thinking twice about it until it's no longer hard. It's only when you look back and see the compound effect of that, see your skill, see your stamina, see your resilience in doing a thing, that you realize you have built self-trust. So, why does the daily effort matter? What we're doing in the daily effort is working for that compounding effect. We're not waiting for the overnight success. We're not waiting for an overnight transformation of your motivation, of your energy to do a thing. It's very, very unlikely that something happens overnight. What you will find happen overnight, or happen in a day, or happen in a moment, is the decision becomes easy. That could be because finally you've reached rock bottom and you're like, you know what? I have to do this thing. There's no other option. I have to stop complaining about it, thinking about it, whining about it. I've just got to do it. Or it comes because you've made that decision over and over and over and over again to the point where now tying up your laces, popping the supplements, opening the skincare jar, opening your work laptop, it becomes easy. That is where your overnight transformation happens. That is where your overnight success happens. It is the fact that you've done it so much, or you've hit rock bottom and you go, you know what? Turn to new leaf. Or you know what? This isn't hard for me anymore. I can do more than this. This is why your daily effort matters. Your moment to moment decision making, the choices you're making, the options you're presenting to yourself, these all compound to build your self-trust. And I think the next question is then like, Alex, why is it so hard? Why is the day to day so hard? The one foot in front of another moment is hard for me. So this can be hard because showing up for yourself does take momentum effort. I think the word is momentum. It takes momentum effort. You have to build up a certain level of energy towards a thing in order to be able to make a decision, to move an action towards it, even to pick yourself up out of bed and go for a shower. Like if you're in that deep of a rut, one foot in front of the other feels really hard. And it feels hard because we're so we're so dead in the water. And we're so dead in the water because we've not energetically, action-wise, got anything left in the tank. So we're like, even going down to wash my plates feels hard. I say going down because I'm currently in my bedroom upstairs. So going down to wash my plates sometimes feels hard because I'm so dead in the water from my day. There's no energy, there's no momentum. One of the weirdest, most fun things you can do when you are having a day like this, where the day-to-day moments feels hard, where the week you know is going to be a bunch of these collections of boring, dead, kick your feet, I don't want to do it moments, bring energy to that day. So when it's feeling really hard, bring energy. Whether that's you jump literally 2 feet on your bed in the middle of your mattress and you just start bouncing around like you're 10 years old, whether it's you put on a favorite album that you either used to listen to, you currently listen to, something that's on your rotation that's like maybe 3 plays away from being completely scrubbed out of the rotation because you're gonna be sick of it soon, but you're not quite there yet. Whether it's you do a sensual dance and like get deeply into your feminine because you know you're going to need to do some creative work and you're going to need to be in touch with yourself. So you just like close the curtains, close the blinds, shut your door, and you drop into yourself and you just get down like you're in the club in 2016. I wasn't even in the club in 2016, but get down in the club like you're in 2018, 2019. I feel like in the early 2000s, we've had a departure from the club, but let's take it back. Treat yourself like it is a pleasurable day. From here on out, whether it's the evening, the morning, you're literally slumping in bed and you think, I'm going to put on this podcast and listen to Alex. From this moment here, right now, bring the energy to your day. So I want you to stand up and just feel into your body. Shake it out, dance it out, sensual dance it out, jump around on your bed, act like a complete fool with no one watching you, with no pressure. Just literally get energy into your body and then come back to the question of what do you need to do next? What action do you need to take next? Do you need to clear your space in order to have a clean mind? Do you need to go out and do that run that you've been putting off the whole day? Do you need to go to the gym? Do you need to open up your laptop and record your podcast episode that you've been putting off for 3 weeks? Me. But it's your self-trust that is gonna get built in moments. As in, like, right now, you are going to do what I just said. You can keep playing me if you want to. I'm down. I'm here for you. But you need to do it right now. There's no negotiating on this. Close the door, close the window, shut yourself in a bathroom cubicle if you're at work, and just go shake it out, shake the energy, the momentum, the action out of you, and then go do it. It's in there. I know it. So when you're doing this, you are building your self-trust because you are telling your body, I am safe. I have the safeness, the with that, not with it. That was not English. I know what I'm trying to say. It's actually just not going to come out of my mouth right now. But you have the consciousness to know that in this moment, I'm building my self-trust. In this moment, I'm going to take action and it is safe for my body. It is safe for my brain. You are telling yourself that. So you're building self-trust in the mental capacity way. You're building self-trust because you know that you've said that you're going to do it. You've done the prep work. You've shook it out of your body. You know that you're going to go. You then go get it done. And then afterwards, I want you to reflect and say, right, I got the energy up and out. I did the action. I'm now reflecting to say that I've built my self-trust today in that action, in that moment, regardless of whether it continues for the rest of the day. You can document for yourself and you can write it down on your evidence list, which I think we've spoken about in previous episodes. So go back to a few episodes and listen to those. I'll try and link it in the show notes, but create an evidence list if you haven't already got one. But go put it in your evidence list and say, I did this thing for myself today, big or small, whether it's literally putting your washing on, hitting go on the on the dryer, whatever, or whether it's the fact that you've finished your dissertation for university today. I don't care what it is, just make sure that you document that you've shown up for yourself and you've done it so you can refer back to this list later. This is the compounding effect. How to know when you want to push through or when you need to rest and realign. Self-trust is essential in this, and I need you to trust your intuition. Some days that is going to mean you need to put things down, rest and realign. You need to take a break, read a fantasy book, go for a walk, touch some grass. Sometimes you need that. And I'm not going to tell you specifically when, because I'm going to need you to start feeling into your body to know that I need this right now. The only way you're going to know whether or not it is a time that you need this thing is if you just follow through and do it and reflect back on whether it actually helped. So when it comes up again, when you're feeling a bit frazzled, or when you're energetically there, but your mind is not, can you push through, or is this a rest and realign moment? By being conscious of this and actually practicing it and trusting your intuition, that is how you're going to know in the future whether you need to push through because you have the energy, you will have the focus if you do things that you need to refocus yourself, or whether it's the fact that you've hit the dead end, you've hit the like the brick wall, the writer's block, whatever, and you know that you need to go rest and realign. The only way you're going to know the distinction and your intuition telling you these things is by practicing. So listen to yourself, try it. If you decide to rest and realign and you realize, actually, I probably do most definitely have the energy for this, then go back to what you needed to do, take the action. If it's that you took the action thinking you need to push through and you've hit more of a dead end, you're really uninspired, you're really dead in the water, then take the break, rest and realign. If you can come back to it, perfect, amazing. If not, schedule it so you know that you will come back to it and then continue on with your rest and realigning without the pressure and the guilt of needing to do more. This is the self-trust element. You are trusting yourself to push through when you know it's needed, and you're trusting yourself to rest, realign, restructure, come back to it when that is also needed. And if you can't trust yourself to make these decisions, this is where the guilt of procrastination, things like that come into play. And suddenly you're in a downward spiral with no way to get out. So in this moment and in this action, you are doing the things necessary to build your self-trust on whether it is a push moment or a rest moment. And the only way you can get through those are by building your intuition. So I love this tip. I use it for myself all the time. And it feels scary at first because it feels like there should be a right and wrong answer. But trust me and trust yourself. This is a self-trust building exercise. So the final one in this kind of section that I'm talking about, like key life themes and compounding effects and like the day-to-day, is the question like, is this a boring moment? Is this just a boring thing that I have to get done? Is this a boring thing that is going to compound to deliver me success? Is this a boring thing because it's just an element that is boring within this whole ecosystem of business or of gym or of work or whatever? Or is it a digging your head in the sand moment? Is it that I'm ignoring my intuition, I'm ignoring the signs, I'm ignoring the things that are telling me that this isn't the right thing? You need to trust in your decision making and your ability to deal with the consequences, whether they are good or bad or indifferent. You know that if you're listening to this podcast, you are a highly intelligent, both emotionally and just cleverness scales. You are a highly intelligent human. You need to trust in your decision making. You don't need other people's opinions. You don't need external validation. You don't need to find out what people on TikTok were doing. You need to trust in your decision making of whether this is a boring moment that is just laying the bricks to build the house, or if you are digging your head in the sand and ignoring the problem, hoping it goes away, but knowing it won't. Whatever your iteration of that is, if you're feeling stuck in business, stuck in work, stuck in a place you live, is this just a boring moment within that? Or are you ignoring signs that are screaming at you that this place, these people, this element of the work, whatever it is, isn't for you, and you are just putting your hand up, saying you're blocking out the haters and ignoring all the signs. So trust your decision making in whether it is just a boring moment or whether you're digging your head in the sand. If you are digging your head in the sand and you make a decision to remove your head from the sand and take action to pivot, change, remove yourself from a situation, you need to then trust in your ability to deal with the consequences, whether they turn out well, whether it maybe wasn't your best decision and it lands you in a little bit of a situation, or whether it's just neutral. It's not good, it's not bad. You've got new things that you need to deal with. Okay, perfect. Carrying on with that thing. You have the ability to support yourself through that. Do not discourage yourself from making a decision because you are worried on whether you can handle it. You absolutely can. Everything in you will tell you the very moment that you've made that decision, whether it's the right one or not. Sometimes, even before you're making a decision, you know which one is right or wrong, and you are fighting with yourself over whether you should pull the trigger anyway. And I'm here to tell you, pull the trigger. Pull the trigger. You've got this. You've got this so well, so good, so strongly that it's probably scaring you. If this all is still hard, if you're like, Alex, I get the theory of this, I still haven't stood up and shaken it out, I still haven't pulled the trigger, like this is hard, you may need one of the following. You may need a therapist. And I say this lovingly. I feel like we all need therapists. They should just be like a hired 24/7 round the clock like service for all of us. Might need a therapist to work through some past issues that are blocking present and future you. So they can be blocking present and future you from moving on, from trusting yourself, from taking action towards your goals, from being able to reflect clearly, like from seeing your own blind spots. You might need a therapist to work through some of these past issues. It may be something that is going to propel you forward miles by spending the time, the energy, and the money now to be able to speak to someone that's going to help you deal with those things. You may also need a coach. Shameless plug. You may need to hire me. You may need to hire another coach that specializes in something unrelated to what I coach on to help you work on your future goals to see if they are truly aligned for you, for where you want to be, for the woman you want to become, and help you build out the strategy to get there. And by strategy, I mean this loosely. It could mean realigning your spiritual path. It could mean realigning your business strategy. It could mean realigning your personal day-to-day life in a strategic way to get you to deliver and execute on the most possible while staying the happiest possible. You may need a coach to help you get to your future self and be supported in the way that you need to through that. Listening to this podcast, listening to me, this is a version of support. But imagine one-to-one what coaching could do for you if you are able to clearly see through, execute, and realign to your goals and have support in doing all of that. You might need this service if the things I'm talking about have still been hard. You might also need an action plan that you're passionate about but that is broken into the minuscule daily steps that we were talking about, the day-to-day, foot in front of the other steps, and checklists with dopamine hits like staggered throughout until it is more desirable to stick to your goals than to break them. We hear of like the Gymshark 66, we hear of habit stacking, things like that, but it's harder to put it into practice by yourself. So you might just need an action plan, something to refer back to regularly with those dopamine hits staggered, something to keep you on track, to keep you wanting to look at it, to keep you wanting to work towards these goals, so that it is more desirable than not to stick to your goals than to break them. You obviously want to be dangling the carrot in front of yourself, but you also want to be able to take a bite of the carrot here and there. And I am by no means a therapist, but you can find amazing tools online to fulfill all of this. I am, however, a coach that can help you and work with you with these inner workings and with these strategies to help align you to that future that you've got your eyes set on. It is within reach. You have everything you need within you already to achieve it. Sometimes it's just still hard to do it by yourself. And sometimes it just is necessary that you have a helping hand, that you have a support, you have someone that has been there and done it before you so that you can do it in 6 weeks rather than 6 months, 6 years. And it really is as simple as that. My final thing that I want to deliver for you is that it is only when you trust yourself and have faith in this universe that we live in that you begin to manifest and witness the things that you've been asking for, whether you're a spiritual girly or not. The universe is in operation around you. It is witnessing the things that you've been asking for and it is trying to deliver it to you. So I want you to be very intentional with your language and with the environments you find yourself in and scrutinize them to ensure that they are reflecting the person you are becoming. Building self-trust, sustaining self-trust, advancing your self-trust is absolutely integral to the way that you live your life. And also these things of becoming intentional, noticing your language, noticing your environments, scrutinizing all of these and refining them to become the person you want to be, absolutely essential. So if you take anything from this, change your language. change your energy and change your state so that you can become the person you want to be and you can deliver on the things you want to deliver. Taking any of these points really is gonna help you become a master executor of your dreams. So that is a short, snappy, sweet episode in this new Becoming Her series that I am starting. But I'm so happy that you've got to this part of the episode. You've got all of your tips and tricks. You've got the necessary clarity and information you need to take action today. And I want you to drop me a message on Instagram and tell me what it is you're doing today. If you're listening to this in 3 months' time, I still want you to message me and say, I listened to episode, I can't remember what this episode number is going to be. I listened to this episode and you asked me to message you to tell me what my action today was going to be. I still want to see those messages in 3 months' time. So make sure that you message me, voice note me, send me a picture of what it is you're doing. I don't care. I'm so down to hear about it. Let's have a conversation about it. If you need me as your coach, as a piece of support, as someone in your ears cheering you on, I'm here. I love you guys, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.